if you're feeling lucky, the crown and anchor tent behind me might be the place for you. So these are the rules of the game. You have 6 symbols, 3 dice, and you have to bet your money on which symbol you think is going to come up when the dealer lifts up the cup. I'm going to bet all 12. As well as the Louis Vuitton America's Cup, we also have the Red Bull Youth America's Cup. Now, this is a major stepping stone for the next generation of America's Cup sailors. Nadanja, you never cease to amaze me. Did you actually make it onto an AC-45 foiling catamaran?
Listen, you need to hang with me more.
I know, this is becoming apparent more and more every day.
Listen, if anybody wants to be an America's Cup sailor, hang with me.
When you're not watching America's Cup racing, there is always something going on in the America's Cup Village and on the main stage. Why don't you go and check it out? If you could invite any member from the fleet into the boxing ring for a sparring session, who would it be and why?
Oh, it'd have to be my old mate, Benny Ainsley.
I'm done.
Okay, well, do you know what? I was watching you and I actually thought you had a pretty good technique, so I'm also going to keep you in the game. I don't rule out your efforts whatsoever. But if you think that you might be able to beat Nadanja's time, then get over to the BMW grinding station and see what you can do.
Can I have some water?
There are 5 merchandise stores throughout the America's Cup Village, the main one being this one, the America's Cup Superstore. And it's here that you can find the official style of the America's Cup, brought to you by Vineyard Vines.
Gemma, the Khalid Lagoon is always a scene from dramatic moments, and it begins right now.
It does, and the atmosphere here is very much one of excitement. Everybody knows that this event is one of the most unpredictable on the series. They have just 1 hour to give their absolute best lap. There's no other phases to qualification. Now, somewhere like this, risks will have or could have big repercussions. Is that something you're thinking about?
When you're standing here talking to you, yes.
So I'm joined by Omare after his epic crash. Omare, tell us what happened.
People like Sammy Celio aren't really a threat anyways because they're a bunch of you-know-what. See, I knew he was going to stop. I knew it. Celio,
Sammy!
Celio.
Is this a bit of psychological warfare going on now?
It can't happen. It's Kimi Räikkönen. He's always angry. He's only happy if he's unhappy.
On a course like this, things can happen in an instant, can't they? You don't have much time to make amends. All right, there we go. I said it to Francesco, I'll say it to you. Be safe, and we really look forward to seeing what you guys can do tomorrow.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Boys, back to you. Now, I have to say, I've noticed that you have a very strong contingent of fans here, a very vocal contingent of Team Brunel fans. So I'm just wondering, what does it feel like to sail away from this loud hubbub of festivity and then head out onto the open ocean?
Pretty hard, I have to say, and you've been a great fan crew, so thank you.
So what is it about the Volvo Ocean Race that keeps you coming back year after year? It's such a challenging race.
It is, but without question, it is the best sailing in the world you can ever do.
I think it's time that we all sing a little happy birthday. What do you reckon? 1, 2, 3! You are the only majority youth team in the fleet and undoubtedly inspiring a whole generation. So what advice would you give to anybody hoping one day to take part in a Volvo Ocean Race campaign themselves? This is the 4th time that the race has come to Gothenburg, the home of Volvo, who for the last 20 years have been proud owners of the Volvo Ocean Race. We'd like to thank our hosts for welcoming us to this beautiful city with such warm hospitality, and also for their efforts in making this stopover such a great success. Now our deserved winners, please give a big cheer as they come up onto the stage. Dongfeng Race Team! The big difference between the pod and a normal shark cage is size, really. It's a lot bigger than a normal cage. And the gaps between the bars are a lot bigger too, which is perfect for us because it means we can maneuver around much more. We can sort of put our equipment, our cameras and things through the bars, which we need to do. And we can just sort of set up almost like a little lab in there and have enough space to operate. There's some 60 to 70,000 Cape fur seals here, so it's a huge colony. All the great whites are congregating here, looking for those young, naive, inexperienced, fat, blubbery seals. We've seen some amazing breaches already at Seal Island. I'm really keen to see what the seals have in their armoury to protect themselves against the great whites.
And I tell you what, when they come at you with their mouths open, you can see that their teeth do some serious damage too, and they want to. fin. The shark's dorsal fin is almost like a person's thumbprint. Every single one is different and unique. It's a really good identifying feature.